Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 2, or as I think it's going to be known, stage 2 of building the Back to the Future DeLorean. It's the time machine. It's the time machine, isn't it? It's a classic. I've just had to start doing it. Yeah, there we go. Right, in this issue we have a large metal chunk. This is one of the front side. I don't know, fender. I don't know exactly what you call it. I'm sure they'll tell us. One wing with a black trim. So yes, we've got the other light, some more screws, and that. So let's get building. I'll, as ever, put the picture up. This time we have the front wing, the trim, the lights, and the bumper. So again, 4 individual sort of stages to do. With the front wing, it's got that nice brushed aluminium finish to it. I like the look of it. It's nice. It's going to have lots of stuff, mad scientist stuff bolted onto the top of it, but for now, it looks lovely. We've got these 2 pieces of trim to assemble onto it. They're plastic, but you know that doesn't matter, does it? That's going on there, and it's held in place with some AP screws. And the other one's going to be held in place with 1 AP screw. So let me get 3 AP screws out. Put the bit of paper back in there so we know which ones we have. So yes, 2 of these AP screws I will add using the supplied screwdriver, which is quite nice. Basically, the screw goes in the back, holds it in place. You can't go far wrong with this. You could potentially get it wrong, so it's always a good idea to make sure you do the screws up one at a time. Get them in where they need to be, and then tighten it down. So that's the front wing. Then the second item, labelled the trim, is what's going to be coming up next, which is this piece, which goes, basically it's a continuation of that, the other side of the wheel. This one's got 1 screw hole and 1 plug pin that will hold it in place. It's basically too small to have 2 screws in it. So a single screw through there will hold that in place, and the pin will stop it rotating. So again, make sure it is lined up properly before you tighten it down. Otherwise it will look funny. There we go, that's that. That's the trim. Now we're going back to the lights, back to the future, back to the lights. The lights exactly the same as last time, just opposite. So exactly rotated around. That was that way round. I think went in better, and that was that way round. Yeah, that works, that looks good. Happy with that. Unless I'm not happy with that. Should that be the other way up? I don't know. No, I'm happy with it that way up. That works good. I'm not going to tip it up the other way because it won't work. I shall instead tip this up this way. Slot that into there. Well, you can't see it. Take the number plate off because otherwise it will fall off anyway. We're not attaching that quite yet. That goes in there. That goes in there. Is that right? I'll have to turn it over and see. No, I'm not even close. That needs to be in there. Is that in there? I can't see it. Oh, it does come out there. You can see it from the back. Just got to make sure it all lines up properly. That's got to go in there. Knocking things out. Why is that not lining up in there? All looks okay. I'm going to take those out. That one's not going to come out apparently. Make sure it does go through where it should and fit. Yeah, it does. It takes a little bit of wobbling to get that in there in the right place. So I'll just make sure we get it the right way first. That and that. Right. So trying to see through just at the edge here that black bit comes through all the way through in all the right directions. That's not all the way through. The other one's through a little bit more than that, so I think that needs to go a bit further. That might well be it. That feels better. Let's see how it looks. No, it's bowed up a little bit. So either something's not connected properly or it's not gone through there quite enough. Ah, there we go. It just needed a little bit of more forceful handling. No, there's something not lining up quite right in there. That's not quite there. I shall turn it over and try the other way around. That's got to go that way up. Maybe this one's got to be the other way up. Right, not terribly sure and not terribly clear in the instructions which way up that needs to be. So if it doesn't fit one way, the other. How's that? It's doing exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm going to have a look off camera and see why that's not lining up properly. But once that's done, I'll come back, we'll get it screwed in. Actually, I'll get it screwed in off camera just because I can, and then we'll come back and put the number plate on. So, see you very shortly. Okay, there we go. That's that in there, happily, all good. So now we need to fit the number plate. As ever, now we've got those in, that will sit nicely between them. Clips in place, but doesn't just clip in place, is held in place with 2 more screws. And they're just going in there. The AP screws, these ones, because it's going into plastic. I would assume, although we haven't had any yet, that when I'm screwing anything into metal, we will be using whatever M screws. That seems to be the standard for these things. So, yep, that is then going in there, nice and secure. Got the 2 screws for that pop through there. This is where the lighting is going to go for the top part, which is just under there. And yeah, so far so good. That's that. They shall be put aside and built into a stash. We've got the front wing and the back bumper, back bumper and light assembly. So it's coming together. It's a different order to things from other part works that I've done, but it's working. It's all fine. I like it, and that's got nice weight to it. Can't wait till it's got more silver all over the place. So let's move that out of the way. Let's come back and have a look at the rest of the magazine. Back to the first draft, the script. All good, yeah. 1950s minor comedy classic and a big influence on the development of Marty McFly's story, The Atomic Kid. All good. Time travel consultant designing the car. Yeah. It's iconic, isn't it? I mean, it's not that, but you can see the shapings of it with the vents and the light strips around there. No time. That's strange. A rougher, more contemporary edge to the initial design. Yeah, want it to look like a real piece of engineering. Yeah, even the inside is quite iconic, isn't it? It's good. I'm looking forward to the inside. It's going to be very, very intriguing. Yeah, all the sketching stuff they did of bits that weren't even the one that they used. It's a lot of people contributed, as it says. All good. The clock tower. Oh, right, that's the Time Traveller's Guide. I thought it might have been Doc Brown, but it isn't. We'll have to wait for him. The clock tower, obviously, is another iconic sort of character from the first film. Right, next issue, we get to another wheel. This will be good. I shall be able to compare this to the wheels of the other 1/8 cars that I'm doing. And we'll go from there. But that's going to be a few weeks until I receive my next package. That's obviously the parts that I have received this package. So, thank you very much for joining me. Do let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the build, if you're, fed up with me doing part works. I'm going to keep doing them because I've got to finish them. But yeah, I shall be doing some more normal plastic model kits at some point in the near future. It's just, I've got the bug for doing these now. So yeah, thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me know either way. And I shall see you very shortly. If not for issue 3 or stage 3 or whatever they decide to call it, there will be other videos upcoming, hopefully daily for the foreseeable future. And I shall see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.